is unedited. This is raw. This is real, pure thoughts. You know what I mean? And I want to tell you, man, a lot of people don't understand the realism of this rap shit. And I gotta say, after watching the verses between YG and the Game, I felt and like I want to say this real quick. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, man. As I rep my Michael Jordan jersey, Bulls 23. You know what I'm saying? Who you know, I feel is the best NBA player of all time. Yo, you know, I'm gonna keep it real. I gotta tell you, man, I'm a fan of the Game. And there are some YG songs that I like too. I'm gonna be honest. I give props where props is due. Like, there's some songs that I like too. But I gotta say that watching that verses, I was like, really? There's like so much tighter shit out there. But I understand both of these dudes are like kind of, how do you say, famous? Or I guess to the mainstream rap. To the people that listen to the surface rap. They're somewhat famous, right? But I was just like, man, the overall raps that I was hearing from that verses really made me question where we are with hip hop. And then to take it a step further, how we have the Game, right? And not just the Game, but YG as well. And how, you know, they're really representing Bloods, which is cool. As you see, I'm rocking my Michael Jordan jersey. You know, I'm just wearing this bandana because it keeps me comfortable in the heat. It's pretty hot right now where I'm at. It's hot. We in the middle, you know, it's hot. Let's just say that. But, you know, this is what keeps me comfortable. And I thought, what not better time to wear this but when the Game and YG are performing at Verzuz.
Taking it right there. They leave me no choice.
Yeah. What better time to do this than when they representing this at the Verzuz? So I said, like, okay, I got to represent. But I got to tell you, man, I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of the Game. Overall, it's funny to me where I hear some people say the Game lost this battle, which we already know that there was no winner or loser. It was really just a party. Like, can some of us be real about it? But I understand you got some of those YouTubers out there or streamers out there that they got to just speak about whatever it is that they got to speak about to get hits and go get momentum. But let's keep this channel right here, beatGrade. Let's keep this channel about the realism and about what's really going on in hip hop, rap music, and the truth. Let's keep this channel about that. And from what I gotta say, man, it's getting crazy out there. I gotta tell you, it really is getting crazy out there. And it's interesting to me that Apple Music, and if we can go back and find any clips of the interview, I mean, we really don't have to, but let's see if something comes up. But for the most part, it's like Apple Music was the sponsors of this, which is cool. But it's like, yo, at the end of the day, I hope, like, is that what y'all trying to do? I mean, I hope that's not what it is. But it's like, are y'all trying to justify or promote and justify gang violence? Because I gotta say, man, that's kind of crazy if that is the case. Because we saw a lot of that at this show. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a lot of this at the show. So we have to ask ourselves, is there a bigger agenda that's at play? Because I got to say, and I don't think I said this earlier, but you know what? I'm going to say it right now. Like I said, I'm a fan of the game. Okay? I'm a fan of the game. But as far as this homie YG goes, because clearly for those of us that were paying attention, this was for a show that they're promoting for a tour that they're about to go on, right? And that's dope. Let's give it up for them, man. Let's give a round of applause. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Yeah. Yeah, give it up for them, man. They were getting ready to do a show, and so the Verzuz worked out for them. That's perfect, man. But my point is this, is that after you do the Verzuz, after all that, it's like, well, what do we have left? And I got to say, man, Game is a dope rapper. I feel that his first album, as I've mentioned earlier and on other previous videos, I feel that the Game's first album is a dope album. The documentary, I believe, right? But then after that, and then where you can see that Dr. Dre and 50 Cent and Eminem, of course, and all them stop effing with him, he kind of seemed to have fallen off a little bit. I mean, even his manager has gone on podcasts recently and has said, or his manager has said on some podcasts, yo, I told him not to battle Eminem. He said that straight up. He said he told him, the Game, not to battle Eminem. But he felt that he was a better rapper than Eminem. As you should. There's no reason to doubt that or deny that. There's nothing wrong with that. You should believe that you're one of the best rappers in the game. But that doesn't mean that you have to go after certain rappers or try to battle them. And that was the problem with the Game. Let's see if we can get a clip from what's going on here. But yeah, that was the problem with the Game.
I feel like Pac after the Snoop Dogg trial was right behind that G-Series and all eyes on me. I watched the death of a dynasty, so I told Vibe magazine, working with Dr. Dre was a had visions to making it classic. Then my world turned black, like I was staring out of Steve Wonder's glass. It's kind of hard to imagine, like Kanye coming back from a fatal accident to remaking a rapping book. Whitney used to tell me charisma, rushing in this 40 ounce, letting the ink from my pen bleed. Martin Luther So I reached out to Bomplex, and tonight it's on us, blood.
Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, but you see, they're trying to play the YG right here, like, oh yo, look at what he did on the pop-up. I understand this was probably before the Verzuz. Yeah, it looks like it was, but still, it's like that's a different energy in the building. The question is did he bring that same energy to the Apple Music building? All right, with the chorus of this song, let's hear the verse. I want to hear the verse. And it doesn't matter if we play, because we're probably going to get the video flagged anyways. But let's just see if we can play something. I mean, I just want to look at the charisma, the body language, and the show performance, and just compare it to what I've seen from rappers who might be less famous. That's what I'm really looking for right here. Like, okay, do I see a really significant difference as to opposed to like, okay, that makes sense why this rapper is famous. This rapper is famous because he's presenting different types of performance traits, stage presence, vocal delivery, breath control, and all kinds of things that make me say like, okay, this is a real MC right here. Or are they portraying the exact opposite? That's the question that I'm asking here. And sometimes you need to put down like, okay, they're a celebrity. Well, they've already sold millions of records and they've made millions of dollars, or maybe they didn't, but they portrayed that they did. Maybe they only made about 5 figures, but that ain't bad. That's still good in my opinion. I mean, shoot, I made 5 figures, so I'm making or over that now, but I've made 5 figures over my music. I'm very happy for that. That's more than some people I know that were working a job. So yeah. But yeah, if you're making 6 figures, especially 7 to 10 figures off of your music, or not just your music, but your passion, that's pretty dope. So I can understand why people listen to these certain rappers. But my other point is that they ain't really talking about anything. All right. We don't want to get too political. Let's hear. I want to hear the verse. All right. Let's just hear the verse. We understand your
Supply
slip.
Nation of Islam, I tried to find you. Have a rally out LA, we gon' fuck it up. Home of the ride, King Ride, we don't give a fuck. Black students, ejected from your rally. I'm ready to go right now, your racist ass did too much. I'm about to turn Black Panther. Don't let Donald Trump win, that nigga cancer. Oh, he too rich, he ain't got the answers. He can't make decisions for this country, he gon' crash us. No, we can't be a slave for him. He got me appreciating Obama way more. Hey, Donald Trump. Whoa.
Yo, that shit looks cool and whack at the same time. So everybody's saying that YG won this battle. This fake battle that we really know, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's really just a fake battle. But everybody's saying right now that YG is the one who won this battle. And that's cool. You know why I think that they're saying that YG won this battle? And you probably ain't going to hear this nowhere else. Because I listen to some other YouTubers and they ain't spitting the truth. They're just doing whatever gets hits and whatever gets them played. But you see some of my videos get like 20 views, 30 views, or 100 views now. You're going to tell me that YouTube ain't shadow banning my channel? Hopefully not. It doesn't make sense because they invite me to events. But then again, it's almost like, are you really just getting invited to these events because they want to keep you in the illusion like a movie? I don't know. That's what I'm starting to think sometimes. Because it's one thing for you to tell me something, but it's another to experience it. You feel what I'm saying? It's one thing to say something, but then it's another to experience it. And that's what I'm starting to think where we at. That's what I'm starting to think is what's going on here. Yo, like there's a lot of hip hop right now. There's a lot of hip hop right now being infiltrated by the industry. It's being infiltrated by the powers that be. And it's almost like we can't even tell our truth. Damn. It starts to make me wonder sometimes. Could I be getting set up? I don't think so, because I would think, why? I'm not that famous. Not yet. Not yet. But I'm not that famous. But it's funny because there are some times where I meet people and they're like, yo, man, I seen you, or I seen you talking about this or that or the realness. And I'd be like, yo, man, thank you. I appreciate you, fam. Let me know in the comment section right now if you can hear me okay. Give me like a 1 or a 2. You guys can hear me okay in the comment section. That'll be great because that'll let me know if I should continue on with this stream or not. Because like I said, man, it's been a crazy weekend. This has been a crazy weekend, I gotta say, and it's interesting too because it's right after my birthday. And I gotta say that this weekend right here has got to have been one of the most craziest weekends that I have ever had in my life. I have to go ahead and say that. Like, I'm talking everything you can think of. Everything that you can think of. Think of it. Think of it. Think of anything. I experienced all that this weekend. Yo, I experienced all of it. Everything that you can think of. I experienced pretty much all of it in one weekend. Oh my God, man. Yes, if you guys could please give some likes if you're feeling exactly what I'm saying, because I don't think this will probably be like one of the realest streams that have ever happened in hip hop for sure. So if you could please like and subscribe. You don't even have to subscribe. Just like the video so it gets out into the other algorithm. You don't have to subscribe. People are like, oh, like and subscribe or subscribe to my channel. It's like, who cares? You don't have to subscribe to my channel. If you don't like what I'm talking about, then you don't have to subscribe. Who cares? It's not going to make a difference. I'm still going to say what the hell I have to say. Right? I'm still going to say what I have to say regardless if you subscribe or not. So who gives a shit if you subscribe? Now, if you did subscribe, that would be nice. That would be great, because then the YouTube algorithm would say, hey, this channel might be saying something that's good. And that's how the YouTube algorithm works. They say, oh, if this many people are subscribing, then that's like they may promote the channel. And that's the only reason why people do it. But other than that, that's not why we do this. We're doing this for real hip hop. So let's go on the real. All right. All right. Classic. Yo, I gotta say right here, man. This Verzuz that I had watched game and with YG, I felt was entertaining. I'm not gonna take that away from them. I'm gonna say that what they did not entertaining, right? But what I will say though is that it wasn't that phenomenal either. Okay? Like, overall, I was like, yo, man, like this is what Universal. I stand some of 50. And that's why the game did the songs that he did with 50 and why he will continue to do the songs that he did with 50 at his shows. Let's not get into the whole blood, B-rag, red rag, all that stuff later on. Let's get into that in just a moment, because we got to speak on that too. What does that promote? The Bloods and the Crips? The whole message of that? Like, okay, I get it. You're repping your hood. But what does that mean overall, right? Like, overall, to rock these colors the way he's rocking it. Like me, I just got over my head. Like, to tell you the truth, I ain't fronting. Tell you the truth, out of all the bandanas that I have, this is actually the most comfortable one I have. And I have different colors. Colors. I have different colors. But what I will say though is that this one, the red one, is the most comfortable one. It's like 100% cotton. 100% Egyptian cotton. It's very comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, make sure you guys get some likes. Get some likes if you guys can, so we can get this out here to the algorithm. Make sure you guys, you know what I mean, like the video, what we doing right here. We speaking the real, right? Am I not speaking the real? So make sure you guys can give some likes. Say what's up. Tell me how you feeling. I think I see one comment that come through. Man, Essay say what's really good, bro. You said, here, let me make sure your comments are coming up because I didn't think it came up for a second where I needed to be. But hopefully you see me all right, right? Thank you for the likes coming in, man. It helps the algorithm. You said you actually watched the verses, and that was because you gave me a hands up. What do you mean by gave you a hands up? But I'm glad that you watched the verses. What did you think of the verses? That's the main thing. The main thing is, what did you think of the verses? Because, you know, hold on. Let me make sure that we got this right here. Give me a second, y'all. I want to make sure I got your comments coming through over here. Give me a second, y'all. All right. Before you respond, don't respond yet. Let me make sure if I got you right here. Let me make sure. Because it's actually easier for me to see you on the screen, too, sometimes. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to be right with you. Tell me what's up in the chat here. You said you were here. You were on here the day before talking about it. I didn't even know it was. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I feel you on that. Here, I'll speak on that in just a second. Here, let me just make sure I have everything open. It's going to trip all in, of course. Here we go. All right. Do me a favor. Possible. Make sure this is loading up already. You're still with us. If you're in something in the chat box right here, what were you saying about your day before talking about it? You didn't know it was going to happen. So, okay. So why don't you type in the chat box? I want to make sure you're coming up to where we can read you. Why don't you tell us what are your thoughts of the battle, of what happened? Oh, man, you said live stream is skipping. Can you hear me okay? My bad. Yeah, we have to use a different internet for the time being. We're going to have that fixed in a moment. I appreciate you telling us. Yeah, man, we were going to do some craziness. Still get through. Can you hear me okay to where we can proceed with the show? Or is it too jittery for you guys out there on your end? You tell me. Shall we continue the show? Can you hear it enough? Or should we stop it? All right, hold on. let's get back to the program that we were at. The program that we were at was game. Let me play it quick. Let me know though.
Alright. What the fuck are you looking at, elf? You want this with me?
I like this shit. Yeah. Yeah, nigga.
Story of my life.
Oh, shit. Yeah, nigga.
If I could start from scratch, I wouldn't change shit. Same red band, that same 4/5. Same D-Wax, my red bitch. Workers in the kitchen cooking up my shit. Same telephone booth, same connect, I mean the same hollow tips breaking up in my chest. Same bloody t-shirt, same address, same dog food album hanging in my tip deck. Homie, if I could make 94 today, I tell Easy a Drake bring back NWA. I would've told Pac not to step out of Lando. Told Puffy and Big about the Rampart scandal. I got too many dead homies, fuck a.
Let's run that one back one more time.
Yeah, nigga.
Story of my life.
Oh, shit. Yeah, nigga. Go.
I wouldn't change shit. Same 4/5, same same whole booth, same hollow tips breaking up in my chest. Same bloody, same dress, same dog food out in my deck. Homie, if I could make 94 today, I tell Easy a Drake bring back NWA. I would've told Pac not to stump out of Lando. Told Puffy and Big about the Rampart scandal. I got too many dead homies. Fuck a.
Yo. Yo, that performance by Game right there is pretty interesting. And the fact that some people say that Game lost this battle and that YG, like, yo, y'all just believe whatever the industry tells y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just believe anything the industry tells y'all. You know what I'm saying? Who has more classics? Who has more classic songs?
Shout out to the boy. I don't give a fuck how a nigga feel about it.
Oh, the song with Drake? Okay, let's go.
No fake shit.
Y'all better not come to my funeral.
Fake shit.
Y'all better off realizing
There's
there's
nothing y'all can do with it.
All I ever ask is keep it
This motherfucker.
All right, he had to do that song, right? Wait.
Two women,
100.
Yeah. Alright, we already saw this, but let's just see one more time with the Don Julio and the blood rag. It's kind of symbolic. Kind of symbolic.
What the fuck are you looking at, shelf? You want a piece of me?
Alright. I like this shit right here. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, nigga.
Story of my life.
Oh, shit. Yeah, nigga.
If I could start from scratch, I wouldn't change shit. Same red bandana, same 4/5, same G-Wagon, same hood rat, bitch. Workers in the kitchen cooking up my shit. Same telephone booth, same.
All right, my bad. Let me see the comments right here that you said. You say you think that the game performed well even while drunk, and he definitely won, although it wasn't really a battle. True. I agree with that. Great point right there. Thank you for your comment, Manny. But you also said, bro, YG won like 2 rounds, maybe 3 max, when he performed his biggest classics, but game 1 the rest of the way easy. Or game 1 rest easy. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. What's up, Justin, the voice actor? Appreciate you. What's up? Make sure you guys are liking too. Subscribing to the channel. It helps get the algorithm going. So what's up, Justin? I appreciate you. Make sure you like the stream. Doesn't cost you nothing. You know what I mean? But yeah, to go back to your comment though, man, E, you said YG won like 2 rounds, maybe 3 max, when he performed his biggest classics, but game. Okay, yo. So I don't really know if I understand correctly what you mean there, but I have an idea as to what you mean. What I'm thinking is that you're saying that YG won the 2 rounds when he performed his classics, but game 1 all the other way easy. Exactly. You know why you say that? It's because game has the more hits.
Taking it back there. It leave me no choice.
Classic.
Yeah. Game has more hits. The hits the game has, like with Dr. Dre and 50 Cent. Not to mention, doesn't he have like a track with like Eminem or something like that? But we all know that Dr. Dre definitely took the game under his wing. And when I think about it, I think it had to do more with his look and his whole style and presence more so than his lyrics. That's the interesting thing about the game. The game is the first rapper, in my opinion, and maybe I should pull him up right here for context, right? Yeah. Let's pull him up for context, right? The game. I mean, it's gonna post up like more of an old school version of him. But the game to me is like a rapper that's like hold on, let me make sure I pull this up. Yeah, the game to me is more of a rapper to me that got really signed off of his looks. Not really about his raps. Like, he just had this really intimidating look, and he was like really tall and all that, and he tattooed his face, you know, and he just had this look where the record companies and Dr. Dre and everybody was just hypnotized by his look. Like, oh yeah, he looks like a rapper. He just looks like a rapper. You know what I mean? We'll check this out over here. But yo, I mean that's cool. He's got some shows coming up: Long Beach, Concord, Fresno. Okay. Why did 50 Cent and the game fall out? Let's see what AI tells us. Looks like 50 Cent and the game fell out to perceived disloyalty, creative and writing disputes over the game's debut album, and refusal by the game to blindly join 50 Cent's ongoing feuds with other rappers. So 50 wanted the game to join in with other rappers' beef that he had, and game was like, nah, I'm good. Nah. Hey, I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Like, the game's like, nah, that's you, dude. That's y'all, dog. That's you. Tony Yayo and all them was like, yo, man, I'm going to eat French duck in Switzerland. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, but you got to kind of respect the game in a way that was like, nah, that's your beef, homie. Whatever you got going on with them, that's between you and them. Hey, well, I brought you out. Well, I put hits in your catalog, because he still did Hate It or Love It at the Verzuz, right? He did Hate It or Love It at the Verzuz. So now you have to kind of think to yourself. You have to ask yourself the question, oh, shit. Could there be a possibility that maybe Game was a little disloyal? Let me see what your comments say. Am I going to be spamming, taking your money? Okay. Hold on. Is that a rap, Justin, that you kicked? Shout out. Sounds dope, though. Minnie said, game took it too easy he could have performed better songs, but he chose to perform more street West Coast songs to match the vibe. Yeah, I can kind of see that, but not just that, but I think that Game did his hits. Justin says, you like the stream, Brody. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you, Brody. You must be from Canada. You rap a little, write a secret. Okay, well, send the raps to the DM, man. Manny says it started when Game didn't want to go after Fat Joe, Jadakiss, and Ja Rule. Game catalog is strong, man. Only 50 fanboys trying to downplay everything he has done. Okay, well, hopefully you know that that's not me right here. And, and thank you to the other homie real quick that said that he respects what we do over here. Because I appreciate you. You know that we going to do real hip-hop. We ain't going to talk about no fakeness over here. So, the first thing I must say is that this, man. The Game seems like he could have handled himself better in certain situations. And I looked at this, man, like with the whole beef with 50. I mean, didn't this dude, I don't even want to bring it up. I'm not even going to bring it up. You know why I'm not going to bring it up? Because I don't want to have to research it. Because I know when I bring certain things up, I feel like I have to research them. Because I want you guys to know that this is a truthful channel. You know what I mean? And I don't want to bring up no BS. You notice I'm rocking the Michael Jordan jersey. This is my favorite NBA player. Okay? Michael Jordan. Bulls number 23. So I don't play around when it comes to this. I play with the best of them. Let me tell you this, man. The Game. Whew. Man. The game doesn't know what he's always talking about. He is the reason, I think, sometimes of why it's so hard to get into this industry. Sometimes, like, to get to that level is because he did some stupid shit to where people were like, "Oh, you see that dumb shit that the game did?" Right? You see that dumb shit that the game did. Okay. Well, we need to make sure that we never sign another rapper like that ever again. Because he ruined it for a lot of people. You see, you could do your own thing and be like, "Hey, you know what? F this. I'm going to do my own thing." And it looks like he kept up with his image. He understood the assignment. He understood the assignment. The game understood the assignment. And let's pull this over here so you guys can see. We even got the red flag over here. Yeah, the game understood the assignment. But the question is, were you down with the program, though? Even though you understood the assignment, were you down with the program? No. Dude, you had an easy bag. All you had to do was fall in line and do what they told you to do. Now I understand. Some people don't want to do what they're told to do. But my point is this. Is that, you know what, homie? You could have just did what Dr. Dre said, and you might have performed at the Super Bowl. And the fact that you performed at the Super Bowl like 50 Cent, and let's make sure we play that, we pull that up for context, right? Because it, hold on. And we're going to come back to this. Because it did look kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like it did look kind of weird. With 50 Cent at the Super Bowl. Hold on. Let me make sure we can pull this up. Oh, man. I think I see you guys. All right. Hopefully you guys are still with me. If you guys are still with me, make sure you put it in the comments. Because I think it almost like shut down for a minute. Hopefully we're still streaming. If we're still streaming, I'll keep it going. Make sure you guys tell me in the comment section if you're still with me. You said game is bipolar, but it is a mental health issue. So you don't know, or so you don't let it take away from the music, which is good music. Yeah, I mean, that makes pretty good sense. Like the fact that we could say, oh, the game has this kind of a mental or disorder, or he's bipolar, or he's a narcissist, or he's gaslighting. We could always say that stuff, man. But I don't know, man. I feel like there's some other things that are going on here with game that are a little strange. Here, let's yeah. There's a few things going on here that are a little strange with the game. But you see, this is my point. And I haven't even got to the main point yet. I'll get to it later with YG. But it was just like watching him perform. To me, I felt personally was like so basic and so average. Like, I've seen it so much before, and to where I was just like, really? We're doing that? It's 2020, you know, like we're in a whole nother generation, and y'all still doing the whole DJ Quick thing? I mean, that's cool. DJ Quick is dope and a legend. Shout out to DJ Quick. He kicked it with us a few times. He said what's up a few times. Shout out to Quick. But I gotta say, man, that was the style that was going on back in like the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. We're still doing that today? Like, we haven't evolved since then? Oh, yeah, nah, we evolved. We definitely evolved. The problem is, or the issue, or maybe it's not really an issue, but it's just something to be aware of, is that we haven't acknowledged the issue and said, hey, you know what? We're still doing the same shit that we was doing in the 90s or late 80s. We should evolve since then, right? Look.
Hey, if you know the soul, sing, yeah. If you know the soul, sing, hey.
I mean, this is a cool song, but come on.
Everybody sing. Hit everybody's head. Hey. Hit everybody's head. Hit everybody's head.
Tooted and booted and let's swap. So this is what is being promoted to the youth. And most people that are probably listening to this are young black and people of color, Latino, males in the inner cities. And some women, but mostly males, right? Tooted and booted and let's swap. Let me ask you a question. Why does music have to be so sexual? And this is what's really going to break it down to y'all. Why does music have to be, or rap music especially, why does rap music have to be so sexual and then the women are taught to be feminist and non-sexual? Anybody ever think about that? That's kind of an interesting pattern or trait, isn't it? The women are taught to be non-sexual while the men are taught to be sexual. That seems like an unmathematical balance to me.
Taking it back there. They leave me no
Yeah,
choice.
you know what I'm saying? That seems like an unmathematical balance to me. But who is really going to take the time to look at these things? I don't know. Maybe beatGrade. That's why we here. Make sure you like and subscribe. We kicking the truth. Nobody else is going to say this. And I don't care how many hits this video gets. I don't give a shit. People are like, oh, you only got 23 videos or 20 or this or that or 100 views or 1,000 views. Yo, it's obvious that they're shadow banning what I'm saying. Look how many subscribers I got. Did they ever delete the subscribers? No. You know why? Because the subscribers are real. But they want to push the algorithm differently now. And that's cool. YouTube, I think, and TikTok and all these other platforms, Facebook included. F Instagram, because Instagram ain't about shit no more. But other than this, yo, they know what's up and they know what's real. And if they choose sometimes to what's beneficial to them and their platforms, they will push what is real and what is true. So that's why I say, please donate to the Cash App, to the PayPal if you are seeing this. It is at beatGrade. It helps me to be able to pay the rent and buy food. And that's all they really do right now. Is pay rent and buy food. I don't really do anything else right now. You know, because I have a purpose and I'm doing things. And that's what this whole purpose of this channel is. So anything that you guys contribute, even $1 helps. It could be $1. That helps. We have plenty of people who watch these streams. And if some of them were to contribute $1, which I know that you can't even buy anything at McDonald's or Starbucks or any of these other corporate America entities for $1, you almost for the most part can't even buy a bag of chips for $1. You guys can support the channel, and anything helps. Yeah, man. And like I said, man, we speak about the real. Thank you. Thank you to the members that contribute. I've shouted you guys out on other streams. We can go back and shout you out on this stream, but thank you to the members. You guys can see. You guys can go on the home channel. You'll see the names of the members who contribute to this channel. They're the ones that give the donations, that help this going, that help me pay the internet bill. I appreciate y'all. And that's what I want to say real quick before we get up out of here, man, is that when I see these raps, especially by YG, like I said, I'm a game fan. And this is a good song by YG. Let's do it and put it on the swap. Yo, shut up, dude. Shut up. Shut up.
She think, she wanna have.
Okay.
Girl, knock it off, you know you can't have. She think, she wanna have.
Say it.
Girl, knock it off, you know you can't have.
You say?
She told me run, I told her run. She never seen a trick until she met my. Hey, I'm a pants bitch, straight cane, never no sipping after we did it. She was, bust it open, leave it wet. Yeah, you know I leave it soaking. Who next? I don't never close. I stay open.
Yep.
I met her in the club. You know I was. I asked her her name. I said I want her. And now what?
Yep.
You know
Yep.
and she fuck like a little. Yeah, she fell in love. Yeah, she feels.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question real quick. Am I the only one that thinks this? Or is this like really for real the most basic ABC rhymes we have ever heard? She met me in the club. No, I want to fuck. Yo.
Taking it right there. They leave me no choice.
Yo. Yo. Can I be real with y'all? Is this not the most basic rhymes? She met me in the club. No, I want to fuck.
Taking it right there. They leave me no choice.
Yo, man. The most basic ABC rhymes I ever heard. Now, it goes with the beat and it sounds cool. Okay? Nobody's denying that, right? It goes with the beat. And it sounds cool. But can we really admit here? Can we really admit, like, please, that it's like, really? Like, this is what we're doing here? Are we saying that this is dope? Like, this is like, oh, shit. Like, this should be on a Verzuz. Like, this is, like, I thought Verzuz promoted, like, the best of the best. Like, the dopest MCs. Oh, shit. I was talking so much shit, it almost went in, but okay, there it is. Yeah. I was talking so much shit, they didn't even want to show the picture anymore. Yo, and I think I met YG once, and he was a pretty cool dude, so I ain't talking no trash. Like, YG's a cool dude. Shout out to YG. Shout out YG, and shout out Gang. I met both of them. Shout out. Yo. I met both of those dudes, man. They were both cool. So, shout out to the Game and YG. I'm not talking about personally. We can all be cool personally. What I'm speaking about right now is professionally. That's what I'm speaking about right now, is professionally. I'm speaking about the beats, the bars, and the verses. That's what I'm speaking about. And if I really have to be honest with y'all, because I want to be honest with y'all. I hear some people say, oh, YG did this or YG did that. And it's just like, well, I got to say, man, my personal opinion, the Game is dope. The Game got hits with Dre. He had some of the best producers in the game working with him. No pun intended, in the game. But he had all that working with him because why? Because he was signed to Interscope. He was signed with Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine, who also had the power of Eminem, 50 Cent. And as we know, they put him in part of G Unit, which he later on went on to say the Game. You know, he went on later to say that he didn't want to be part of G Unit. He's like, yo, I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be part of G Unit no more. And I agree that there's a time where he has to give his flowers or give his props or however you want to say it to 50 Cent. Because if it wasn't for 50, he wouldn't be where he is right now. I think we all know that, right? Hold on. And this is who the Game, as I've mentioned before, but I'll say it real quick here. This is who the Game originally should have battled. All right? Or who he should have beefed with. And let me pull this up right here. See, it pulls up right here. Like, we all know that if the Game really was doing a versus that's serious, right? This is who he should have did a versus with. Like, oh man, could you imagine how dope the versus would be if it was 50 Cent versus the Game?
Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest. Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
Yeah, man, can you imagine if we watched the versus with the Game versus 50 Cent? I don't know, man. That would be pretty intense. Yeah. It would be pretty intense, man. to see the Game go up against 50 Cent because we know that they both got okay. Well, this is the other thing. If they were to really do a beef against each other, the other thing that's really interesting is that they both got hits together, right? Yeah, man. They both got hits together. So it really makes you think which one of them would be allowed to do Hate It or Love It. Because, I mean, I think that's a classic for both of them. Like, I'll give the Game more credit to that. Hate It or Love It is more of his song because it was on his album featuring 50 Cent. So Hate It or Love It would be more of a Game song. But 50 also kicked a verse on that song that's also pretty classic. Yeah, 50 kicked the verse on that song that's also pretty classic. So it kind of makes you wonder who has the right to that song, especially in a battle. What's is that this match here, 50 versus Game, would be an ultimate versus. But it's not gonna do it. And we'll see. The reason why I think do something like that, other than that, he would never do it. Shut up, man. I appreciate some of your comments though that are coming in. Let me see if I can see. Or let me stretch that out. Let me stretch the comments out and really see. I want to make sure I can read what you guys are saying. Or make sure that it's synced up. You know what I mean? Because it's like, wait. Are you saying the same thing? Okay, cool. Yeah, plus Game. All right, so what'd you say? So make sure I wanted to make sure I had your comments coming in. Cool. You said plus Game was beefing with others before that 50. Game was after Joe Budden and Memphis Blake for 50 because those guys were dissing G Unit and Game stepped up. Okay. You said it was because both of their fault that they fell apart because of their ego. Well, you see, that's the thing, man. And thank you for your comment, Manny. I appreciate you. That's some real shit. That's the whole thing, man, is that a lot of people, they always fall apart because of the ego. You know what I mean? And we've been seeing more and more of that. We've been seeing more and more of that recently, is that everybody is basically falling apart because of the ego. But the good thing is that I can say, though, is that I think that 50 or the Gang, shall I say, he, I wouldn't say he apologized, but did you not hear that he kind of was like saying like, yo, he kind of acknowledged 50 Cent and he said, or it sounded like he said, that if it wasn't for 50, that he wouldn't be where he is in his rap career. So he did like say he wanted to shout out 50. So that was cool. That was cool that the Game finally acknowledged 50 Cent. As he should. You said Game is bipolar, but it is his... Okay, yeah, we read that part, right? The Game makes some good music. I mean, I'll say this real quick, man. I think overall the Game makes great music. That's why I find it so funny to me that some people be acting like, oh, YG won that battle. It's like, yo, any of us that understand hip hop, that know music, we all know that the game has way more hits than YG. Even their own manager and their own label executives had admitted to this. This was all just a publicity stunt, as it usually is. Yeah, true. This is usually just a publicity stunt, as what it usually is, man. And what it was that, oh, okay, well, we're gonna just do what we do, and yeah, man, they don't care. They don't care. Like, it's all to promote the albums, to promote the songs. I think they even did a single together. They have a tour that's coming out together. Not Game and 50, but yeah, should go back to I believe it was Game and YG. And this is the whole point as to why they did the verses earlier, was to promote the tour that they have coming through. Which is cool, but come on. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video. It helps the algorithm. Don't cost you nothing to like the video, man. Make sure you guys like this.
Alright. What the fuck are you looking at, shelf? You want a piece of me?
I miss it, man. Yeah,
Man,
yeah, nigga.
story of my life.
All right, so
Oh, shit. Yeah, nigga. Go. Start from scratch. I wouldn't change shit. Same red bandana, same 4/5, same G-Wagon, same hood rat, bitch. Workers in the kitchen cooking up my shit. Same telephone booth, same connect. That mean the same hollow tips
Breaking up in my chest.
Same bloody t-shirt,
Same address.
same dog food album.
Hanging in my tape deck.
Homie, if I could make it,
94 today.
I tell Easy a drink.
Bring back NWA.
I would've told Pac,
Pac not to stump out Orlando. Told
Puffy and Big about the rent.
Rampart scandal.
I got too many dead homies.
Fuck a
huh. Let's see what else we got here.
The same hollow tips,
breaking up in my chest.
same bloody same hollow tips,
Breaking up in my chest.
same bloody t-shirt,
Same address.
same dog food album.
Hanging in my tape deck.
Homie, if I could make it,
94 today.
I tell Easy a drink.
Bring back NWA.
I would've told
Pac not to stump out Orlando. Told
Puffy and Big about the rent.
Rampart scandal.
I got too many dead homies.
Fuck a
Notice how we have more clips of the game than YG. You know, people are saying when I just looked at game YG versus most of the
in that shelf.
Nigga hustle in this motherfucker, right?
Right?
Come on, let's get it.
Okay.
Bitch, you proud. Shout out.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is a classic, see?
Dreams.
Yo, this dude got production by Kanye West. All right? Like, that's what I'm saying right here, man. This dude got production by Kanye West, the game. Not to mention Dr. Dre, Timberland, I think Pharrell, and even Scott Storch. Not to mention all those heavy hitters, right? Make some noise for that. Yeah, not to mention that all those hitters, but then to officially officially, awfully add Kanye West on top of that, especially when you had yo, how are you gonna say that G1 just off of the print alone, the game wins? We don't even have to put the raps over it yet. We could just say off of the production alone, the game wins this battle. Like, come on.
Come on.
It's ridiculous.
And I brought you all my dreams. Cause I love y'all, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. I woke up out that over 2000 and St. John Dre dropped
2001.
Bad nigga attitude. Crack finish one to comfort.
Ready to die, we support that style and one.
I feel like Pac and Snoop Dogg was trying to visualize. I was the tough Donnie, so I bought Z work like the drip. I had these of bacon. To my word.
I was staring out at Steve Wonder's glasses.
It's kinda hard to imagine, like the aliens, and back from the fatal
Accident,
he making it work.
And what happened in verse? I have to remind myself of that. Yeah, he did that. He did that verse. I can see why Kanye West messing with him still to this day.
Rushing in this 40 ounce, letting the ink from my pen bleed. Cause Martin Luther King, Aaliyah had her, left, die had her. So I reached out to Bomplex in the night. It's on us.
The game definitely does its thing and flips his verses for what it is, and I think they took the Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg track and remixed it right here. I'm just saying, man, overall, hold on, y'all. I'm just saying, man, I think we could do better than this. Like, this shit just sounds so average to me. Like, everything that's being portrayed, everything that's being marketed, it just...
Stop, drop, up, shot from against blow niggas, big love, black and cook and want you to know blood, cause blood on this blood is blood, I'm ripping, I see red, blood and blood walk, but it was talk, but that was blitzy off, I see red people.
That's the point maker, Ryan. Hopefully to some of y'all. Is that how he says, like, I don't even want to repeat what it is that he's saying, because that's on him. You know, I believe that music can be very, as I was speaking with another friend of mine, music can be very holistic. So we have to really be aware of certain things that we say. And I think that's the issue with the game, is that he went out there and he did a lot of things that were against the holistic beliefs. And he even admitted too, which is kind of interesting, is that he feels fortunate, which is good. Like, I think he realizes it now, to be able to be in the position that he's able to do what he does. Not only that, but he probably sees what most black people, especially men from his community, are struggling with. So that's probably woken the game up, right? To a large degree. It's probably woken him up to make him be like, hey, you know what? I'm very fortunate to be in the situation that I'm in. Had he played his cards right, he might have been in the Super Bowl like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might have been doing his little song, This Is How We Do, or whatever it is, during the Super Bowl. Because didn't we say this, or didn't 50 say this? Like, okay, like, for those of us that really did our research, we know the backstory of this, right? Don't we know the backstory of this? And we know that Jay-Z is the head of the whole, you know what I'm saying, Super Bowl thing, right? And those of us that did our studies, we know that 50 Cent and Jay-Z have a beef. I think they still currently do, right? So here's 50 after you could tell he's been eating well. He's made some money and he's able to buy some food and some beverages. You could tell. And so he wanted to reenact a scene from his video in the club. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. And you know we don't give up. You know what I'm saying? You already know. But classic rhyme, classic song, classic beat, Dr. Dre. I heard that Eminem was offered to do this performance with Dr. Dre, and Eminem said that if 50 Cent can't be there, that he wasn't going to do it. And that's how 50 got booked for this Super Bowl show. Interesting how the politics plays such a role in success. But this is my point. For those that maybe have been unaware that watched this Super Bowl performance with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, but that also brought out other acts, Eminem, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar. Might be some that I'm missing out. I mean, I know they had other artists that were involved as well. But let's just mention the mainstream artists. Game. I think the Game went up and said, hey, he was upset that he wasn't chosen to be able to be part of the Super Bowl. He wanted to be part of the Super Bowl, from what I heard, or this Super Bowl, this particular Super Bowl. And as he should have. He had some hits with 50, right? Yeah, man. Like, if you really think about it, he had hits with 50 and with Dr. Dre. But let me tell you this real quick. The whole point of what I'm making right here is that if you perform at the Super Bowl, you possibly might sell records forever. That is the reason why the Super Bowl doesn't pay you anymore to do the halftime performance. And why a lot of artists invest in their own money to do it. Because they understand that this is a good investment to where you will most likely sell records forever. Yeah. You'll sell records if you do the Super Bowl. The Game, the Game. He could have really capitalized on this, man. Had he not done some stupid shit that he had done and said, he might been able to have capitalized on this. Because if you look at all the other part of Dr. Dre Aftermath, they all played their position. That's what they did, man. They all played their position. But the unfortunate thing is with the game is that he didn't really do that. And that's what makes me wonder overall. The rap game may be done, man, and just I mean, I was going to go and look at a bunch of degenerate rappers, but I think we all see that on social media, right? Like, there's no need for me to really have to go on social media to show you all the degenerate rappers that are on there. Right? But I think we all see it. I mean, if you think I'm BSing you, and this goes back to my point earlier from what I said, from what I saw from the Verzuz. And I looked up and I was like, yo, isn't it a coincidence? Or actually, I've been kind of taught to believe that there's no such thing as coincidences. But we can just say, isn't it a coincidence that all of these rappers that are doing what you could call somewhat major things, they're all signed to the same label?
Yeah. Taking it right there. Leave me that choice.
Yeah, man. That's what I've noticed. I've noticed that they're all signed to the same. So, to me, it's getting to a point now where it's weird and it's a coincidence. You know what I mean? Like, we've reached the point now where it can't be an incident. All of these rappers who are doing main things or major things, like they're doing radio station, they're getting festival here and there. We can't continue to say that this is because they're a really good rapper, because when I see y'all name culture, we really know what it's about. I mean, the new single that just came out first, that everybody be, or let's just say everybody into hip hop, right? And look, you can see, there's a red bandana that's being promoted as the cover art or the cover of the new single that the game has out featuring YG. And it's like, okay, what are we promoting here? Now, I understand we got to represent our colors and represent what we about and where we grew up and this and that. I understand that. Clearly, I'm rocking color because I enjoy color. But it's like, you have to be aware that there's some places where they might not want you to wear blue or red. You know? Do like both colors and get, but I'm also not out here being like, or some of the rappers are YG, Kendrick Lamar, even though Kendrick claims art, see, he don't. But we all know, those of us that know, who Kendrick K. Dog with, right? But this though, the game claims that, YG claims that. Okay, the game got some dope tracks, man. To tell you the truth, I feel like the game the beats that he rapped on with Timberland, Dre, Scott Storch, and a few others, I feel like those beats are so dope. Kanye West too, not to mention. I feel like those beats are so dope that it don't matter who really rapped on them. They were going to be tight regardless. And as long as you had the industry push of Dr. Dre and Universal and Jimmy Iovine behind you, how could you not be successful? All you had to do was just rap on beat.
Taking it back, they leave me.
Yeah. All you had to do was just rhyme on beat. You had Dre, Timberland, Scott Storch, Kanye West. All you had to do is just rhyme on beat. Have a nice little flow. Have a nice little delivery. And rhyme on beat. And you were destined to be successful. I don't think it was really that hard for the game to be that successful. Now, however Dr. Dre discovered him is a whole nother story, man. Shout out to all y'all that were tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys jump on the next stream. I hope that this stream was coming in clear. I'm actually working out of a different network, believe it or not. But hopefully we'll be back to our regular schedule program and studio. Thank you guys for the comments that came in. Shout out to Manny, Justin. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to get you guys on the next one. I thank y'all for tuning in. And, yeah, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow the channel. We going to keep it going. And I feel like we were speaking on some truth. So thank y'all. All right. Peace. And let's keep it real. Let's keep the real hip hop real, man, cuz overall this whole versus between Game and YG, I got to say, man, I was a little disappointed. I was like, yo, man, I've seen better from up and coming rappers. Respect to the Game, though. I think the Game did his thing, and I think we all know that the Game really won this battle again. Some people will just say whatever they want to say because they want to believe politics. Like they said, oh, YG won the battle. Like everybody already knew the Game was going to win the battle. But they had to say YG won the battle in order to get more hits. We all know this. But it's like, yo, this is what we're really doing? This is what we're doing in hip-hop and in hip-hop culture? We're not telling the truth anymore? You know what I mean? Like, we're having to lie to try to satisfy a narrative. Man, come on. Get out that. Hold on, let me put this up here. Yeah. Get out of here with that, man. We shouldn't do this to portray a narrative.
Alright. What the fuck are you looking at, shelf? You wanna man.
Yeah, nigga.
Story like
Shit, say red bit dinners.
4/5.
Say red bitch. Workers in kitchen.
Cut out my shit.
The Game is tight.
Say bloody t-shirt.
But like I said earlier, I seen all that together, people. Let's get it together.